Hello everybody, it's Joe from JLW Games, and welcome back to Silver Dollar City in Planet Coaster. And now if you noticed, we're not where we were on the last mini episodes, and that's Outlaw Run. We're actually back into the regular save of Silver Dollar City. Now I came back and kind of looked at this for a little bit, and I was really starting to think of how this was looking, and I got Google Maps up. I'm using a lot of that, and then I've got a lot of actual footage, or a lot of pictures and stuff, reference photos for the square itself. And I'm very, very off right here, and we have a lot to work on. Boy, do I, because I want to redo this kind of. I'm kind of not very happy of how this looks at the moment, and that is kind of a pet peeve of mine, and I want to try and fit the entire park in here as well. So I'm kind of mapping this out. Thunderation's going to be about right here. The Grand Expo is going to be, man, and the Grand Expo is going to be out here, and I don't know if it's going to fit. I think Fireman's Landing will be alright over here in this vicinity, along with, the steam train will be right here. It's gotten me thinking a lot. You know how big that Outlaw Run spot is, and that's going to be back in the corner over here. So I don't know. I'm kind of scared for Outlaw Run and the Giant Swing and all that area as well, because we got Fire in the Hole and all that stuff. I was very tempted. I'm very tempted to start this all over again. Not because, I want to try and maybe compact it a little bit. I think I stretched this out a little bit more, and every bit of room that we have is very precious right now. And then I also had the idea of maybe even starting the entrance of just the hospitality house and actually forget all of this to begin with, but I kind of want to have the front gate at the least. So it's going to be very interesting on how I'm going to do this. And this is why I had the idea of I had the idea of kind of doing each section and then piecing it together in here. So that's kind of something interesting. So, anyways, one thing I kind of was thinking about doing is restarting this from the beginning, because my building skills have gotten a little bit better. I do like how this all turned out, though. This looks pretty good. The bakery here is kind of inaccurate, and it's of course not finished anyways. So that was kind of an issue that I was having with that. And I don't think there's this much of a gap here between this and the hospitality house itself. And this is all kind of out of proportion. This area is all kind of not right. So, and I know a better way of how I'm going to do the square now, rather than using just the normal paths. So, I've learned a lot, and I almost want to restart it while I'm not too far ahead, because I feel like I could rebuild this a little bit better in the future. Maybe, I don't know. And then, of course, you got the cave that's going in. So I want to know what you guys think, because I'm kind of stuck here. I don't know what to do. And I could try and revitalize what I do have here and try and keep what I do have, and maybe just try and move things around and try and make it work, or I can restart. But I kind of want to go with more of the way of actually kind of moving things around and working it out, rather than completely redoing stuff. That is kind of my mindset here, because the square is going to be interesting. This building is going to be interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Google Maps here, and kind of see how accurate I am from the entrance itself. Hopefully this works. There it is. And you can kind of see Google Maps there. So we got Marvel Cave, obviously at the hospitality house. This isn't 3D, so the buildings aren't 3D. Unfortunately, Silver Dollar City is not in 3D like some areas. It would be very nice if they were. But unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of being in 3D here for Silver Dollar City. So this is the big marketplace building. We start right here, and that is actually where this is right here. This is the entrance. So I kind of want to get kind of the same angle from the same distance and kind of see where we're looking at. This seems a bit long. So I'm actually going back and forth between this and the actual chat's on a different tab, so as you can see right there. So it's going to be kind of hard to figure that out. So anyways, here's that bakery right there, and here's my bakery right over. Sorry, right here actually. As you can see, it's got a similar shape to it, and just the aerial view here really helps out to kind of see what angle we have, and you can see I'm very inaccurate. Oh my gosh, very inaccurate right here when it comes to the hospitality house, kind of, because the hospitality house is actually almost completely lined up with this, and it actually is a little bit more to the right. So that is something that I need to work on, and we got this building right over here, which is this building right here. So it's interesting because I'm gonna zoom out here and just kind of look at the space we're working with. We're gonna do it here as well, and see about how much space we have. I want to make sure I'm kind of zoomed out the same amount, and about right here is actually quite a bit. So, as you can see, Thunderation's going to come right about right here, which, here's first aid right here. My first aid is right here. That's my first aid, which I actually haven't actually built. The building's a little bit bigger than that, but Thunderation's going to come right by that. So Thunderation's entrance and building is right here. So if we move over, you can see there's so much more to the right, including the Grand Expo and the Echo Hollow Theater, and then of course where the new ride is going. I don't think I'm gonna have enough space over here. There's just no way, because it goes a little bit up further here in this direction, but I just don't see the space happening, and that is kind of my fear here. So I could, let's see, I could make this a little bit smaller. I think I got this a little bit large here. Sorry, I'm going to be heading back to the chat here. But this recreation is very important to me because I want to make. We are 8 minutes in, and I still haven't even gotten to start building yet. So I'm trying to get this properly. So what we're going to be doing. Oh, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. So I'm kind of looking of where things are at. And I think I got this road just a bit long. If I zoom in, there's Brown's Candy Factory. There's the gazebo at the entrance, the mill, and just the entrance itself is pretty complicated from up here. So let me take a look. I'm looking at Google Maps at the same time. This is actually where the gazebo was gonna go, but I kind of the pathways are all just kind of everywhere right now, so it's not working out properly. And this is all wrong as well. That is something I gotta work on at the same time. And there's actually a pathway that comes back around right here that is a back area for employees. So I don't know exactly where to get started here. That's kind of why I backed out into the Outlaw Run area, because I was feeling very confident of how that looks, and I'm not feeling very confident of how this looks so far. I'm not satisfied, and since I'm not satisfied, I don't know what's going to happen with this. So anyways, I'm going to back out of this for right now, and I'll figure out what's going to happen here. So we're going to go ahead and press play. my parks, and we're going to head to the Outlaw Run save here. And I'm doing this for a reason, because I have another idea to try and get me jump started and keep going here. And I was thinking, what if I kept building from the Outlaw Run area into, you know, and just kept building more of this area, and, you know, started kind of from a different area like Outlaw Run. And if I could just move all of this, actually move all of this back over in this corner, maybe we can build from the back of the park to the front of the park and see what happens. I have that in my mind as well. So if I'm going to go ahead and run over here to the Outlaw Run section of the park. So that's the kind of the Wilson's Farm area. And if I put this in the back corner of the park over here, just fit it in, I'm very, very kind of wondering how this is going to look. I would love to fit the train in. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the train's route all the way, because the steam train actually goes all the way out past Outlaw Run. So I'm not sure how that is going to go down itself. So that's interesting itself. So we're looking at Outlaw Run, and if I could build from here and work in this area, and maybe even move it around, you know, move it to the back area, maybe I can start fresh and kind of work with this more than anything, and actually get all this over there. And interesting part is, I could probably just do this. Do that. Okay, it's not going to let me move it. Well, which kind of sucks. Cannot move or delete more than one coaster at a time. Okay, so it's because of the transfer here. So, I see what it's talking about. You can't move more than one coaster, and since that's technically more than one coaster because of the transfer area, it's counting that as well as 2 roller coasters. So what I'm going to do is, let's see if I can't deselect that and select that. Okay, I guess that's kind of, those are together then. I don't know. So if I select that, that's all together with the coaster here. That's kind of interesting. These are together. That shouldn't be with anything. Alright, so if I did the multi-selection tool, and we selected Outlaw Run here, I selected all the pieces at the same time, and let's get the transfer out front, Outlaw Run sign, all of these. There's just so many different pieces that I have to actually click on at the same times too. So, and the stagecoach, I believe, is not selected because that is all separate pieces as well. We could replace that with no issues though, so I don't have any problem with that. So if I pushed X, oh wow, I can move all of this over. The only thing that's gonna not move is, oh dang, we missed some other things as well. So you just gotta make sure everything is selected, otherwise you're gonna have some issues here. So as you can see, I just picked up the entire structure and moved it over. So that's interesting. Okay. So, rather than, making no progress at all at this point, let's go ahead and make more progress here on the Outlaw Run section here. So, because this isn't done either, so I want to make sure that we're working on this as well and making it all fun and dandy. So, I kind of want to get it moved over at the same time. It's going to be hard, but we might see what we can do. I kind of do want to get it all moved over, though. And I know I do have to mess with the terrain over here. I'm just going to grab the lowest point and literally do this. We're going to be pretty deep into the ground with Outlaw Run. We're going to fix all this for the park later. This is all going to be interesting, because I'm going to have to re-terrain it. So we're going to re-terrain it, because I do need to put it in the back spot of the park over here. But I just got, let's see, it's got to be over in the top left, because that's where Outlaw Run is located. And it's pretty much the furthest point away from the entrance of the park as well, so it has that going for it. Alright. My goodness. I know this is going to be a pain in the butt, but Silver City's not the flattest park out there exactly, so if I can have this working for me the way I hope, I'm hoping anyways, I'm gonna do my best to, oh gosh, no. Outlaw Run's just so massive, it's gonna take up so much space. So I'm just gonna move all this back. Oh, wow, I don't even have the size all the way up. Not that there was much left, but gotta make a nice spot for Outlaw Run over here and the very top. Oh, we're not even to the edge of the map yet. The only problem with doing it this way, I'm hoping that I'm going to be putting it in the right spots. So this is going to be an interesting way to start things off. Because I wasn't expecting it to go this route, but just darn, I would hate to mess up some stuff here. Alright, if we can get it moved over here properly, let's just get a little bit more space, and then we'll work with the terrain around it. I kind of just want to throw it in as far in the corner as we can, honestly. There we go. I feel like we've made like little to no progress at the moment, just because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, but just bear with me and we'll get it there. Oh my gosh, no, get out of here. Get out of here, terrain. Alright, that should be a big enough spot, but we're not all the way in the corner yet. Okay. Get rid of those trees. It should fit over here now. I've done a lot, so. But if I put it over here, will we have enough space for the rest of the park over here? And that is the big question. The big old question that we need to kind of solve. Alright, so we're going to attempt to move this beauty all the way over there. And pretty much up that direction. Alright, are we ready? Let's get it going. I might have to redo the transfer track. In fact, to make this all easier, it's not moving because there's multiple rides involved. So I might just go boop for right now. and we can replace that no problem. So let's select everything here. It's still not going to let me move. Cannot move or delete more than 5,000 scenery building pieces at a time. How dare you? You almost did it last time. It let me pretty much move everything last time, which is interesting. Well, how many pieces do I have? Okay. This is going to be... Ooh, this is going to be difficult. Alright, if I could move everything as much as I can, so we can see how much scenery we have selected here. So you can move up to 5,000 pieces at a time. Where are we at? 4,400. I'm not too concerned for the path because that's not a big deal. Ooh, we're getting up there. Alright, so if I go in here, we gotta make sure all this is selected too, which it is. I know I'm gonna miss something. That's the problem. Because we don't need the stagecoach. We're not gonna need that. We don't need this either, so that's not selected right now. Okay, we can move what we have now, and what is left behind is the coaster itself, some supports, and a piece of... Okay. Alright, I want to see what's... Let's do this. Ooh, look at that. Under 5,000. Under 5,000, baby. And I knew I was going to have to redo the queue line anyways, so that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. Alright, this is all good up here. Perfect. I'm lucky because it was just under 5,000. How brilliant is that? It doesn't get more ridiculous than that, so. It really doesn't. Alright, now placement is going to be very important for this, because, oh gosh. Outlaw Run's going to be here. The pathway for Outlaw Run's going to be around over here as well. And it's going to go down here. Let me get a glimpse of Google Maps and see about... My goal is to try and make more space to the left side. And we also want to make sure we have space for like Powder Keg and Wildfire over here as well. So it's very important where this is actually located to see if I can fit everything in here properly. Because Wildfire and Powder Keg actually go off to the map further this way. Not by a whole lot, but a little bit. And somewhere around here is actually a good location, I think, for Outlaw Run. I think we just need to rotate it a bit. If I rotate it a bit, I think I'll actually be in a good spot. I'm very, very lucky, though, of how that actually worked out, because there was almost 5,000, more than 5,000 pieces to this. Because it is a bit kind of like this. If we're looking from directly straight from the entrance, it is going to have that slight rotation to it, to where this is mostly pointed downwards. And it does have more of an angle to it, and I can adjust it. Because this is nearly pointed straight down, kind of like so. Alright, so if we do that, move this a little bit, because the steam train will be coming by right there as well. Okay, so if I put that here, Wildfire and Powder Keg should... It's going to be close, actually. But it should... Wildfire and Powder Keg go a little bit out this direction, but it's not a significant amount. Just a little bit more than Outlaw Run. So Powder Keg and Wildfire are going to be really on the edge of the map here. That's going to be the main concern. But besides that, they should be pretty good. I mean, I could move this over a little bit more for... I could move Outlaw Run out over a little bit, but this is going to be a tight fit for all the other areas, because this is going to go around this way. Fireman's Landing will be around right here. And the expo is just way out over here. That's the main part, is Grand Exposition is just kind of out of the way, you know, it's way too far over. And that's the main issue we're having here, fitting it in. I might have to condense it down a little bit, but for the most part, we're going to go with this. So placing this, first off, is very important, where we actually end up placing this. So, we got the wave turn here. Mule barn and stuff is over there, which goes that way. Sorry, I haven't been on the chat, so. We haven't been building anything yet, but I'm trying to get a better idea of how this is going to work, so. Alright, so. I like having this on flat ground. It'll be easier to kind of make the terrain feel, or kind of shape the terrain up as well. Be a lot easier. So the giant swing's going to be right here, followed by Lake Silver will go right here, and on the edge of Lake Silver will be Fireman's Landing. Fireman's Landing will fit no problem, I don't think. And then the only issue is pretty much Grand Exposition, because Grand Expo goes way out over here, and I might just cut off Grand Expo for right now and the park itself. And I don't know. I really don't know how I'm going to fit Grand Expo in there. I don't know if I'm going to, but we'll see. Alright, so we moved Outlaw Run successfully. And then there's all of this, which I don't even need, which I can't select pathways, which kind of sucks, because you have to go in and actually delete it all like this, which is annoying. If you have the camera following, you can kind of do it pretty quickly, but delete it all. Alright, we're going to get into some progress here in just a moment, I promise. And delete it. Delete it all. Man, if this was challenge mode, I'd be getting so much money for this. There we go. And we're almost there. Just because I don't want to do this later. Pretty much. Alright, if I can get on the roll that I was deleting those last ones, that would be great. Come on. Alright, just a couple more. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So now I got the fun task of getting the terrain where it needs to be. Good luck, right? Okay, so gonna lower you down. Ooh, you're about good right there. Let's take down that size a bit. Yeah. That's a really good spot right there. So we're just gonna flatten this out where we need it. I might lower it just a bit more, who knows, but oh my. Terraforming is gonna be fun on this. But I kind of am actually a little bit happy that I get to do this, though, because I think it will turn out a little bit better. Some of it is a bit too, it is a smidge too high, but Maybe I just need to raise that up itself. I think it's actually altering it a little bit, and I don't want that. See, it made it lower there. What are you doing? I think we're on the bridge of like, if the custom pathway that I made is slightly lower, it's gonna make a difference. I think that's kind of where we're at right now. How's this looking in here? All right. All right. Big difference down here, obviously. This all needs to be raised up. Oh my. No. You don't do that. You don't do that. No, 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 no. You don't do that. Terrain, why? Why is the terrain wanting to be like this to me? I don't want that. We don't want that. Alright, there is a bit of a hill here. Alright, that's shaping up a little bit. Let's keep the trend going. Kind of get that together. No, I don't want you to mess with anything up there. Alright, so this needs to be raised up. This is actually on a hill, kind of like this. There's a lot of terraforming into this park, trust me. I've gotten nowhere so far. But I apologize for the kind of the delay here trying to get this going a little bit. This kind of looks more like Minecraft the way this all kind of went out. That's kind of funny. We'll definitely get everything smoothed out though, so. That is for sure. This is actually just a pretty decently sized hill right here. There's not a cliff side here though. Just gotta get this where it needs to be. And it's gonna take a lot of trial and error. This is gonna be a really darned unfun spot, that's for sure. Right, there's a hill here, and then the ground is pretty much, I know I don't have to say this, but the ground's actually kind of flat right here. Believe it or not. Just a little bit. It's a little bit higher up. We're going to get the size down just a pinch here. There we go. But for the most part, it is pretty flat at this spot. Until, of course, it goes down the hill. There's actually a kind of a little bit of a path that goes around over here in that direction. Alright, so we'll make this the nice hill that the first drop actually goes down. So we'll start the hill kind of right there. Because there's not like any cliffs, it's just very much steep hillsides pretty much is what we're pretty much working with. So But if we get the terraforming nice and correct, it would look really good, really beautiful. So we're working on steep hillsides here. And then it actually does go up a bit right here on the hill. So that's something to know. Kind of note, because this structure is not actually this much. So there's some terraforming that goes around here. Bit of terraforming. Same with this. This is pretty low to the ground at this point. At least it looks like it's pretty low to the ground. But actually the terraforming just kind of pulls it away. Makes it a little bit easier for the construction crews. I would say this is about that much. There you go. Ooh, this terraforming. This terraforming, I'll tell you what. Okay, so this will go about right here. The bottom of this is actually pretty level with the ground. Yeah, let's get this all connected together here. Smooth that out, all that out to look pretty. Want to make sure the ground looks pretty smooth here, because you know you got a flat section here, but so this is some hardcore stuff, because we're almost done with all this over here, thankfully. Okay, so as for this, start pulling that. Pull that down just a bit. Because this is all necessarily just kind of like one big hill that this sits on. But of course we want this to be not there. There we go. And we're going to make a straight section also, kind of built around the train tracks as well, because the steam train will actually comes around right through here, right under Outlaw Run multiple times. So that's going to be something we need to work on as well. There's also a hill that comes down here from the entrance. Whoops, didn't want to do that. I actually wanted to continue this way a little bit. There's a gate that goes about right here, and then it starts descending. Goes down a pretty steep hill right here. So we want those to connect, but I still want this to remain like that. And we'll just try and do this the best as we can. And that's not very good. It's not a good start. Whoops. Wrong way. Oh, I thought I pressed the smooth tool, but I guess I didn't. This is like but there's actually a bridge that's actually present about right here. Turn the size down. That is pretty straight. That will go across here alongside the barrel roll a bit. The train will come through here, and we're just trying to create this hill, which is giving me issues. I'm not good at this. But we can go ahead and connect this over here, because the steam train's going to come right through there. And, man. This hill can start... See if I can use this tool a bit. It's not a bad tool. See, it's not that steep, but it's pretty steep. Let's try and see if we can't get a kind of like that. Ooh, yeah. Progress. Progress. If I can smooth this out up here and kind of just make sure it's with that as best as we can. Smooth that out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's starting to look brilliant. I wanna... Oh, gosh. Not like that. Oh, yes. We're controlling. Alright. It might not be that... Yeah, it's not that steep. Gosh darn it. Because I totally got skills in this. Got skills in this, guys. That's a pretty good steepness. Sorry, I'm being very big perfectionist when it comes to this at the moment, so... there's so much terraforming around here to do. So much to do. Let's go back to Google Maps here. Proportions are just not correct at all. There's a service road that comes... around here. Everything just seems a little bit compact and close, which is kind of weird. Like, I feel this should be further out this way. In a sense. We'll figure it out. Definitely. Alright, we obviously want to mess with that. The good thing is the Google Maps is, the terrain is in 3D. So you can actually get an idea of how the terrain is a little bit. So it does go downhill there. Nice. Alright, good. Good. Good to know. But our hills looks like it's gonna be a little bit bigger. As long as we do this correctly, and literally powder keg's gonna be right here. So powder keg, pretty decently close to Outlaw Run's track. The only thing separating it is the train tracks of the steam train. Alright, so let's see. Let's go back up here. We're going to pull this up a bit. I think yeah, the size is just a little bit big. That's my main reason that why I'm having some issues here. My brush is just too big. There we go. That's looking nice right there. Smooth it out some more. Alright, we're coming together. This is coming together. It's starting to come together. There we go. Nice, smooth hillsides. Sorry, guys. I'm a very big perfectionist when it comes to this. So, this may take some time. Don't know how much time. Don't know how much I'm gonna spend on this, but... Ooh, the train track's gonna have to come through there, too. Interestingly enough. Alright, so we're starting to shape up the terrain a bit. It's starting to get there. Just starting to. There's a lot of awkward spots because of how we moved this over here, but we'll make sure we get that all taken care of. Now there's also a mule barn like right here as well, so I don't know if I'm going to build it. I mean, I can because we have some space, and I hope I'm in a good spot here to get this. The train tracks are also going to come around here because the steam train actually comes right by Outlaw Run right here, the entrance area, and goes back this way if I look at the Google Maps, which I'm going to do right now. Yeah, the train tracks go right there, service road next to it. It goes over by Powder Keg. Then there's a big turnaround, which I'm not going to have space for, but I have an idea of what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to compact it out a little bit for the steam train, so it's going to have a little bit of a smaller track. And that's just so I can try and fit everything in here, because there's so much. You know, it is kind of a smaller park, but it's still very hard to fit everything in here. I don't want you to do that. I want you to be a little bit lower. Oh gosh. There we go. That's a good spot there. Okay, it's a little bit high up. I think it is anyways. I'm not really sure. That's a good spot right there. Alright, we're looking good. We're looking fantastic. Alright, all that terraforming aside, it's starting to come together. Not perfect yet, but you know, you have the hillside, this piece, and the terraforming in Outlaw Run is just so crazy. It's hard to get right. It really is hard to get all this stuff right. And this actually has a little bit of a hill that it sits on as well. Very, very small hill. Alright, I don't want the size that small. So we'll raise it up just a bit. There we go, that's good. because the transfer kind of sits on a hill here at the same time. Oh my. No. Why are you going down? Why are you going down? Oh, I thought I was on flatten. I guess not. That explains a lot. Alright. But I apologize if not getting a whole lot done, but I just had a new idea that I think is going to work a lot better here in this, so hopefully it does. I hope. So I'm just going to do this just for a second. I'm not actually going to place this down, but where are you at? There it is. So of course we have the giant swing. I want to see a kind of a estimated placement of this. The giant swing will be somewhere in this vicinity. And the high-low silos will be right outside there, around this area. I think that's a good placement, actually, for the giant swing right there. And then the high-low silos, because this hill is actually a little bit further this direction. So we'll adjust that. But the steam train will come across this way. You know, I'm looking and I'm like, I have all this space back here that's not going to be used, but just the layout of the park, it's hard to figure out how I'm going to get this all fitting in. So, anyways, as for this, how are these colors going to work? I'm going to have to use a customized color here. It's kind of like a nice tan. The actual ride itself is kind of like that, actually. It's actually really good. Like, all of this is tan. The arms. What color is this? It's that as well. It has red restraints, but we're not going to be able to change that. Or can we? Oh. Never mind. Never mind. Ignore me. And they're pretty bright red. Oh, that changes the top too. Well, you poop. Poopy! I think I'd actually rather have this color. Because most of the ride is that color, so most of it is that color, so that will kind of go the way with that. And then you'll have the red barn that I'm going to do my best to build around. So I'm probably going to move that in the future, but further, we'll see. We'll just see. We'll see where everything leads us to. And this area section is actually one of the flatter areas of the park. Like, all of this is pretty flat. When you're walking around the Wilson's Farm area. Alright, so let's go and take a look here. In this area, I'm going to get as close and personal as I can looking at this. Alright, so what I want to do is actually kind of work on the pathway going this way. So, wow, I never realized how that actually goes. Whoa. Huh. That's surprising to me. The hill is actually pointed that way. I've never really noticed that. And it looks like we're pretty well in proportion for that as well, so interesting. Very interesting. So what I'm going to do is actually to get the same exact color, I'm going to take this out of here and we're going to split from building. And I'm going to move this around. So we have the pathway going around here. Alright, we need to... For the most part, it's all pretty straight, so I don't know. You got the Outlaw Run sign, and maybe this is a little bit shorter than I thought it was. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. You can see how the queue line's forming up. I think I just made this extra long for some reason. Maybe that's all what's all going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this. I have an undo button, so if this doesn't work out, oh, you're deleting stuff I don't want you to. Gosh darn it. I'm clicking on these. Thank you. Why is that not even? That should be even. Okay. Don't know what I did there. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to move this over. That. Looks like I didn't get those perfectly even. That's okay. Alright, we're going to take all these and just kind of a new plan here. Everything's going to be moved down. We're going to move you here, and that's where you're going to sit. Oh boy. Is all this part of the same? Yes, it is. Oh, okay. So it won't be too bad. We're going to delete this section. I'm going to delete this piece of the fence. And we're just going to shift all of this downward, this way. So I'm going to select all that. Oh, you didn't select all of them like I wanted you to. Are they all good now? Okay. They're all good. Alright, so you'll go there. I'm going to go ahead and delete a couple pieces that don't need to be there. We'll have another piece, or another one, coming back that way. That makes that just a bit shorter. Kind of where we need it. And we're going to take the Outlaw Run thing here. And I'm going to move you in your proper spots. But you're going to leave some areas right there. But the sign literally starts about where it goes. You would do this to me. It would do that to me, so. I'm going to get rid of all this. To be honest, we don't need all those. Those are mostly just a guide to where to place these, but oh you. It's easier just to delete this and just copy this one and move it over. If it'll even let me. Oh, you little, you little piece of poop. Why would you do this to me? Why? I hate this diagonal glitch. I don't know why it does this, but it's one of the most annoying things in the world. Not gonna lie. There we go. There we go. We got that. Oh, we got that sorted out. We're okay. We're okay. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna edit these because I don't need these here anymore. So we're gonna get rid of all those. I haven't even gotten into my reference photos here. So I took a picture of the sign too, so that shouldn't be any issues. No issues here. We're all good. So there's going to be, let's see, the entrance. The Trailblazer entrance is going to be right here. So the thing about this is we might actually need to move this. I'm not, why did that? Oh, there's no pieces in there now. Ah, poop. Poopy, poopy, poopy. In my pants. I'm not moving anything else, am I? Okay. Because we need, alright, so there's going to be a piece that goes diagonal that way. Or a queue line wise, it's going to be interesting here, so. Because the queue line will come out this way and go diagonally here. Great. I done goofed it up because it's going to be a kind of a difficult. This is going to be a little bit tricky of how this is going to work. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in here. We're going to go R and duplicate that. I'm going to split this from the building, and I'm going to do all this for purposes of so we can get this kind of accurate. Alright, so I'm going to take these fences, Control X you, and we're going to put you at an angle. And it starts at about right here. Okay, so wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I mean, that might not be correct because I gotta remember how the queue line works. Might be more actually like this. Because it's gonna go diagonally here, and there's a little area here, and it's gonna wrap back around and come this way. Alright, I think it'll be easier to do this. So what I'm gonna do is select these. Like that. This is the Trailblazer entrance. This is part of the queue line. Very important to know the differences. Alright, looks like this actually needs to go here. And we will patch that up. There we go. Alright, that's correct. So this is going to go over here, go over diagonally that direction. And then there's another diagonal section that goes here. Because it's going to connect this way. So there's a beam. Because this will connect back to this one. I think I'm thinking of this way too hard, but I want to make sure I get it right. That is the only thing. I want to make sure I do it right. Come on, just do straight. Thank you. Go straight. Then we do our diagonal curve here. So let's do that. We're going to do this. And we're going to rotate this a bit. Going to get that diagonal shaping up. But we don't want to go too far here, because this is going to come around here. Ugh, my brain, it hurts. I have not been paying attention at all to the comments because I'm thinking too hard about this. I'm sorry, I apologize. Alright, let's just go with it and see where this goes. Pretty much. That's what we're going to do. And this will go here. And this will come around. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna come, turn around over here, and then come back the other way. That's where this is headed. At least, I think. But I don't think we're angled enough. So, how do we fix that? We select all of these. I'm editing this building, thank you very much. I will get this. And when I do, it will be perfect. At least I hope. I feel like I've gotten almost nothing done in this stream, but then again, I've gotten a lot done at the same time. So it's kind of a hard thing to figure out here, because that's way too narrow for someone to fit through. Not to mention that, yeah. I'm doing something incorrect here. I know I am. So I'm going to leave that there. And I'm just going to kind of move on and let my brain kind of settle in, because I'm going insane right now of trying to get that correct. It's just, I'm going absolutely nuts at the moment. Okay. Let's do something a little bit easy. Did I miss something here? No, that's actually supposed to be that way. I forget. So I forgot. Okay. Joe is just like kind of lost right now. He's a little lost. He is a little lost. He'll admit that he's a little bit lost right now, but he's gonna get back on his feet and take charge somehow. I'm gonna do this. No, I'm not. Never mind. Just kidding. Alright, how's this all look? Oh my gosh, terrain, why? Why is the terrain in here? The terrain has no business being in there. Here, I can work on this. That's not even correct. Okay, so let's go X. Line you up. Line you up properly. Alright, so there's a straight section here that has more stuff to it. Which we'll get to. I'm so excited of how the actual observation deck actually turned out. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, come on, terrain. This terrain does not want to be my friend. I can tell. You have a question, ask away, even though I've been completely far away from the comments lately, but I did see that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just ask it. Don't worry, I'm actually paying attention right now. I promise. I am paying attention right now. You've got my attention. Go ahead and let me know what you want to ask. What kind of computer I use? Let's see. I have an iBuy with NVIDIA GeForce GTX 660 Ti. That's my graphics card anyways, and I have a terabyte hard drive on it. The processor I would have to look up because I'm not very good. I'm not very tech savvy when it comes to processors. So I don't know it off the top of my head. So I apologize in that regard, but yes. Let's go back to editing this, and I can get a little bit to the, let's add some more supports to this thing. Good. It's better. I need to do something kind of similar to what I did over here for that wall. So we're gonna do this. Because that sound effect is totally accurate of how that would sound. Completely. That's interesting. Probably going to put this about right here. And that way we can kind of work on the back part as well. It looks good. The big paragraph you've made. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of scrolling probably. You made a big paragraph? I don't know. Sorry. But thank you guys for sticking with me. If you have stuck with me for over an hour, and literally I've probably placed like 3 things. Oh, this is not how I was expecting this to go, but it happened. It's happening this way, so it's actually very hot in my room too, so that's kind of not helping at all at the same time. So, but just kind of transitioning this over to a different spot, it definitely was kind of a tough thing as well. So, I'm gonna go into my reference photos again, and I'm just gonna kind of get a better idea of how this looks and go from there. And I kind of want to make it come together a little bit, so yeah, let's edit this, and we're gonna create a bit more of path here. I'm gonna go ahead and get a third piece going around over this direction, and I want to start building the wall that goes up over here. So to do that, we're going to, let's go ahead and keep this on the same building. And I kind of want to make a custom wall because it's not all the way the same. But there is a certain piece that actually would look good. I don't know if I can recolor this. No, I can't. So that makes it invalid. I can't use that one. This one, however, I can recolor. But I'm looking more towards this texture. Yeah, but in a different way. Oh my, I don't know how I'm gonna get this to properly get straight. I don't know if it will. Is that straight? I don't know if that's straight enough. Not really. But it's okay, it doesn't have to be straight, because it's actually kind of everywhere anyways. Alright, this isn't that wide. It's probably around... probably around right here-ish. And this is a pretty tall wall that goes across here. Alright, there is a closer picture here of how that looks. Let's see. Directly across... So here's how it looks. We got this piece. We're going to put these 2 pieces together. And then we're going to make a little bit of a lower piece here. Kind of about right there. And we'll do 2 by 2. And then we're going to re-put there's another piece. It goes kind of like that. Yeah. And there's signs on these, and there's a bit of a trim that I'm going to be putting on this as well. That will go right here. Except I didn't have, of course, angle snap wasn't on, so let's try it again. I want it this way. And it kind of goes over here, and this is actually brown. So that's something that we're going to have to change here. It's kind of a dark brown. Kind of right there. And this is actually where the steam train will be passing through, believe it or not. So we'll actually put it down here. It goes down here as well. And And let's go click the smaller piece. And thankfully there's a trim here, so I can actually go ahead and do this as well. And then we're going to go ahead and copy that to the other side. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I need to catch up with my coaster count now that you guys are all talking about that. I actually do need to count them all up because I've never actually counted them. I know all the ones that I've been on, but I've never actually counted it, so it is something I do have to do quite a bit. Alright, and then there's also a sign. There's a sign that will work. This one will actually work pretty nicely here. I think I'm just going to leave it blank because it just has a lot of a lot of stuff on it. So we'll just leave that kind of right there. And then there's one more detail that I'm going to add to this as well. So hold on to your seats here, because we're going to go on an adventure. Did I rotate that properly? Yes. Okay. Alright, so this piece is going to go all the way to the other side. Wow, I actually got that pretty well. I'm actually very shocked that turned out like that. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and just copy it, because we're going to be putting this over here as well. Oops. And it's not going to rotate properly, so never mind. At least it looked like it wasn't. It didn't want to rotate all the way around. That wouldn't make sense. It's got to rotate all the way around. Why would that have an... Okay, stop it. Why would that have an angle? That one shouldn't have had an angle, and it doesn't. So this should not have an angle, but it does, and I don't know what's going on. So I'm just going to go whatever. Do whatever and just try and fix it the best I can. I don't understand. Alright, never mind. We're just gonna do this ourselves. Angle snap, thank you very much. See, that's perfect. All we gotta do is make you perfect. So that will go to the corner. And that's close enough. Alright, that's looking quite nice. And this lays about... Oh, gosh. Sorry, I'm working with my reference photos here on my phone. Alright, so it's going to be about where it actually is right now. That's actually almost exactly where it's at. Which is pretty easy and makes my life a little bit more simpler. Thankfully. So let me get to the next photo. It gives a better idea of the next one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy these. You have a fantastic night too. Sorry I haven't been paying enough attention to the chats. I do apologize a little bit on that. But it is kind of my fault. I'll take the blame. How? How? Why is that diagonal? What even? Oh, that glitch just gets on my nerves quite a bit, to where it's like not straight, but it looks straight enough, and it kind of confuses you. And it's like, what the heck? What the heck, game? When is the next episode of Westwood coming out? Well, it's either gonna be tomorrow or the next day. So that's about all I have for you. That's the best answer I have at the moment. Because I honestly don't know when these episodes are gonna be coming out. They're just gonna be there. That's the kind of the tricky thing. I don't actually have an idea of what episode's gonna be out on what day. It's just kind of like, what do I have time to do right now? And that's kind of how it works out. So I would love to have a schedule, an upload schedule, but I don't, because for the simple fact that, you know, I don't want to say, hey, I'm going to be doing this time, or this during this time, and actually not able to actually do what I say. Or, you know, I don't want to, you know, if I can't get the video out, or certain videos out in certain times, I don't want to disappoint anybody. As much as I would love to have work or actual upload schedules. So I don't know exactly. When is Central Ridge coming back? All caps. Whenever it comes back again. There's just a lot of different kind of series going on. So I can't actually give an actual date. I don't know. It could be tomorrow. It could be the next day. There's just no actual, you know, schedule here, so I don't know. By no means is it done for or anything like that. It's just not, I don't know. But again, I wish I could give you guys an upload schedule. I really do. I know it'd be a little bit convenient for everyone, but I just don't know if I'm never sure if I'm gonna get a video out every single day. So I do my best, and I try to. I really do. I really do want to get a video out every single day. And sometimes it doesn't always happen. And then when I have free days, I do my best to get as much out as possible and work on as many things as possible. So I didn't get to record anything in between streams because I was actually working on Sapphire Jess's computer because she actually spilt water on it. And the other day, took it to Best Buy. They couldn't do anything. So we got it back today. And guess what? I was able to fix it. I didn't really do much. I just kind of, you know, cleaned it out, cleaned the PC out, and it started working again. So that was that. It was kind of funny. Okay, so the good thing is the next part of this wall is actually pretty much a repeat of these. So we're gonna be able to just copy this. It has a different sign, so I'm gonna make sure that is different. And we're just gonna do Control X here because it is all that's pretty much left of this fence is another one of these. So yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I don't know why that gets selected. I don't want those selected. We don't want the side ones selected because we're going to be connected right to the other one. That's kind of why I kind of backed away from that a bit there. All right, we don't need the sign because it has a different sign on it. And voila. Beautiful. All right, this one does have a little bit of a slant to it, so it's going to be like very, very slight. Like, you couldn't even really notice it if you weren't looking straight at it. So, very, very slight slant to it going this way. So, I wanted to make sure I get that detail in there. Of course, I always forget a piece, but that's okay. Because we can just do that. And for this, we can just do this as well. See, no big deal. And we're getting this nice and cozy over here, as there's a gateway over here. That's actually going to be, let's see. There is another small piece over here. Let's see if I can zoom in and get a good look at that. Yeah, so there's another piece. It's very small. It's not even a full piece, I don't think. So, it's actually more like, I don't even think it has that. Interestingly enough here. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and place a piece over here. It does, however, have this over here, but we're just gonna go to the small piece because it is smaller, obviously, and we'll click that down beautifully, and that will fit quite nicely there. And we'll go ahead and support this side as well. There we go. And then there is a gate that will be closed right here. And the gate, oh, I don't think I even have a good picture of the gate itself. But anyways, yeah, when I did take the computer to Best Buy, they were like, oh, it's an iBuyPower? We can't do anything with that. So they shipped it off. It costed me $40 to ship it to service, and service took one look at it and said, oh, we can't do that. So they just sent it back and did nothing. I'm like, okay, so I paid $40 to do nothing. So I went home, kind of looked at it, messed around with it a bit, and I got it to work myself. So that's kind of a funny story, I thought. So because it's kind of like, really? I paid $40 and you're just gonna say, oh, we're just gonna send this back because we can't work on this computer for whatever reason. Because it's an iBuyPower, and we don't work on iBuyPowers, even though we sell iBuyPowers. It's kind of a dumb thing. So it's kind of like, if you have an iBuyPower, really good PCs. I will say that they're really good computers, but yeah, they won't work on them. I don't know why they won't work on them. Where's the good picture? Where's the picture I was using here? Was this one it? Or was this one it? And I just kind of zoomed in on it. I can't tell. I think this was it. Okay, so... okay, I know how I'm going to make this now. It's kind of got this, like, frame. As for, can I ride it? I will, but... just not yet. I don't think I have like little... If they had like metal pieces, that would be very nice as well. That'd be really beautifully awesome. So, but they don't. I think this will work better. So, it's already the proper color. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and it's not going to be touching the ground, and we're going to leave a little bit of a gap here because it is part of a gate or a fence, or yeah, pretty much a gate. And it doesn't go too far to the top, probably about right there. And we're going to copy this. There's two parts of this gate. Of course you would do that to me. Why wouldn't you? This diagonal glitch has got to go, Frontier. Just saying. It's gotta go. Alright, so probably... probably about right here. I'll go ahead and just do the same thing to here. And I'm literally just making the skeleton right now. This is not actually going to be a part that's going to be seen from this side. Because it does kind of have a little bit of a skeleton to it. So we're gonna do that. There's one on top. And then there's also one in the middle. Like that. That's good. Alright, and then there's a diagonal piece. I don't know if I think I'll just leave it out because you're not going to see it from over here. And then it kind of has this kind of texture to it. Nice wide pieces, and I'm going to use these for that. They're not this thick, but there's really not anything I can do about that, so. Yeah, they're not too thick, but they don't really have any proper things here that I can use. And this will be just slightly lighter, not too much. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and place all these across. But I'm going to move them around because they kind of got that uneven kind of feel to them as well. So speed the process up here a little bit. So we're gonna get this all the way across here. Let's go ahead and get that all the way like that. Alright, cool beans. That's not, is that even horizontal? Yeah, it is. Okay. Didn't look like horizontal. Didn't look very horizontal to me. So I was getting a little worried there. Alright, let's go Control X here. And yeah, so we're gonna do this. Select 3 of them and just line them all up. As best as we can anyways. Sometimes they don't want to line up all the time. Alright, so this is only half of the fence. We'll just copy and paste it to the other half as well. So alright, so one thing that we're going to mess with here is we're just going to grab random ones and we're just going to kind of mess with the where they go here. Make it look a little bit random. Because that's actually how it is. And we're going to do the same thing to the top. The top pieces up here. And give them that nice little random feel that they were just kind of thrown together. Kind of. Just like so. Alright, that's looking pretty beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and select... Oh gosh. I'm going to go ahead and do my best to select all these. Here, this will be alright right there. And it didn't select all that, so... And what we're going to do is go Control X. And you're going to pull the diagonal thing on me again, are you? Is that what's going on here? Why is that not even? I don't understand. It's not even because it doesn't want to be even for me. Alright, so this is going to be the closed gate over here. Because it's going to be closed during when we're running, of course. Yes, I'm still doing the Ride Op series on the 15th. Day in the life of a ride operator. That hasn't changed. If it did, I will definitely let everyone know. If that was gonna be changed. Just so everyone does know that. I wouldn't just like cancel it without saying anything. Most definitely. Alright. Oh, I'm glad I got this picture too. Alright. Alright, so this is going to be connected. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Over here. That way this looks like a nice fence. Brilliant. And this is actually going to turn out quite nice. So we're going to, let's go ahead and start, I'm going to start building this over here. And it'll be diagonal. Go into a diagonal spot here. A little bit. Ooh. Gonna have a straight section here. Might have to condense this down because this is getting a little bit closer to call than I thought it would be. Maybe I made the fence or the gate too big. Yeah, it's actually where it should be. Alright, so what I'm going to do actually is we're going to get rid of that. And we'll make this a little bit shorter. It's okay. No issue here because there's not really anything right here in this. Alright, so that will go there. We're going to make this go further back right here. And this will go right here. Along with this. And that will fit quite nicely. Not perfect the way it is in real life, but it will be all right. It'll be okay. It's all good. Alright, so that's starting to turn out. Starting to look like it's supposed to. Oh gosh. I always do that. Every time I adjust, I like hit my chords and then I'm gonna break something here one of these days. I know it. I just know it. Alright, so we got more fencing back here. That actually does continue for that. Actually. I'm actually very proud of this. This actually looks very accurate. Alright, let's go ahead and get this going. This will go travel all the way this way. Of course, the terrain is going to be kind of a poopy mess right now. Getting in my way. There we go. Okay, there's no gap there. Good. Great. What made you want to recreate SDC? Oh, you know. I kind of know it a little bit better than any other park. And it's a big challenge, too. To say the least, you know, with the terrain. The terrain is just nuts. And, oh man, I'm very proud of this wall. I don't know why. The wall, you know, it's just a simple wall, too. But I'm very satisfied of how that actually turned out. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so there's actually more that actually does go over here. Isn't there? I don't know. That's why I have reference photos. That's why I took all these pictures. So I would not have an issue here. That's not it. Here's the pictures I want. Alright, so let's start creating those fences that go around there. That'd actually be a good idea to start getting those fences going. So we got more brown fences that they're like these fences, except they're brown. Pretty much. They're the exact same fences. Alright, we'll go in front of that. So let's go ahead and build that. Let's make it a part. Let's make it a part of this building, just because this building doesn't have many objects to it, so work quite nicely. I don't know why that wall, I'm so impressed by it, because it actually looks like it should. I'm getting a little bit too excited over that. I don't need you aligned to surface. All you're gonna do is mess me up. Or we don't need angle snap either. Make sure this is at an appropriate height. Yeah, it is. I don't have any paths leading to the ride right now. No, the pathways are custom made at the moment, and because I can't really get what I want shaping wise, I'm gonna make this is all gonna cover the actual path. So the actual pathway will be covered, in this, at least in this section. Just because of that, certain situations. All right, let's make you. About right there, and then we can do control, or then we can do X. And all these pieces are just kind of slapped on there. So they're not perfect on purpose. So this one is straight, and the middle one is at a nice little angle. They make these imperfect on purpose, you know. And the bottom one's nearly straight, except it's kind of angled the other way-ish. Here we go. Yeah, we just got snow 2 days ago where I live. It's quite interesting. Alright, so let's go X here. Don't care if it's going to do the diagonal thing because it don't matter to me right now because it's not going to affect me. Hate that glitch though. Alright, so this is going to go across over here. And I pretty much know how this will work. And this comes across this way. And then there's a piece that kind of goes right here. And that's pretty good. Right there. There's going to be another piece going this way on this side. Get back to that piece, yeah. Right there. And there's only one, I believe, so it'll be coming in this way, like so. And brilliant. That's looking good. At least I think so. I hope it looks good. Okay, so this is going to be the this is a little wood chipped area that really doesn't have anything in it. It used to be an even more extended queue line, but they took that out after the first year, and now it just has a couple of small trees in it, and it's just wood chips, so that's all it is these days. Okay, so there's a fence. The other fence kind of follows around this, and it's the same thing, so. Okay, it doesn't matter since we're actually in the right place now. It's not going to be a huge deal, so I can just take this, Control X, and rotate you where I need you to be. Put it just in front of these. And hopefully this goes about where I want it to as well. Gonna go like that. Almost like that. I kind of want to make these even like that. There we go. Yeah. That's better. Now the next one will be like this. I'm glad I'm actually making a little bit of progress now. Thankfully. Alright, we can rotate, or just rotate that just a bit. And we're getting there. It's out of proportion, I can already tell. The proportion is incorrect. Just kind of making me sad. That's okay. I mean, it's not too out of proportion, just a little bit. And then there's literally like a post over here. The opening's a little bit bigger than that, but I don't know how to fix that. And then hopefully we have a smaller one. This will be small enough. Not really, but I'll take that. I think it's close enough. Now we just put the two together. Put them all together, and what do you get? You get completion. Kind of. At least as best as we can. Am I going to have showcase tomorrow? I don't know. I really don't. Because if I do that one, someone else is going to, are you going to have this video tomorrow? Are you going to have this video tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. It happens when it happens. Like, I didn't know I was going to be live streaming SDC tonight. It just happened. So, at the moment, I'm not sure. I'm going to get a showcase video, hopefully, or stream hopefully soon. Whether that's tomorrow or the next day, I'm not sure. But I need a couple of bit more things. It might be tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm gonna try my best to get it out really, really close. All right, so that kind of looks like wood chips, kind of. Close enough, right? Anyways, we're getting better. We're getting closer to the where we want to be. Let's save the park. Resume, and let's get this all taken care of right here, right now. So I'm going to go to building, we're going to go to roofs, and then we're going to find the smooth concrete, the exact same smooth concrete, and poop. Maybe not. So the best way to do this, if you want the same color and you can't find it, is do Control D, take that, split it from the building, and you can use it for another building. Another build piece. So what we're going to be doing is matching this up here So we're gonna get this shape. Shape this up around. A little bit tricky at times, but definitely not impossible. So we're using kind of a custom path method for the simple fact that you're not going to be able to get the exact shape that you need if you actually use the in-game paths. So that's something to note. Because let's be honest, it's not going to happen. You kind of gotta shape your own paths up a little bit. And it can get a little bit time consuming, but you'll have a really good result afterwards. So we're gonna get this nice. Yeah, again, I do kind of wish I could have an upload schedule. I would be 10 times better for you guys because you'd actually know what's coming up. If this was my full-time job, I definitely would have a upload schedule, no doubt. But since I actually have a job to worry about and stuff, and I don't want to disappoint you guys, that's why I don't have an upload schedule, because I don't want to like disappoint anyone saying, yeah, there's going to be a live stream, and it ends up not happening because of different things, you know. I don't really want that to happen, so because then I feel like I'm gonna let a lot of people down, and that's not fun. I don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to do that. You guys are awesome, and I want you guys to believe in me. Alright, so we're getting into a little iffy part here that I've just kind of noticed that it's making me a little like, and that is that this pathway is considerably higher than all those, which kind of sucks, because that's not cool. How much money do I make out of my job? Not a whole lot. Definitely not a whole lot. And I will say that. Not a tremendous amount, that's for sure. Okay, so that's kind of shaping up there. We can place a couple more of these in here. And the area is starting to come together. Alright, so we can go over here now. And we're going to do kind of the same, oh gosh, now what I want to do this. So I'm trying to get a lot of the path work done around this area. There's actually a tree that is right here as well. Make sure we get that in there once we get to it. I don't think I have to worry about too much because I'm going to end up filling that up with some foliage anyways, so if it goes through, it's not a huge deal. I just like to be as precise as possible. But I want to get this path work out of the way, in a sense. Here, we can go ahead and do that. All these fighting textures suck. Not a big fan of these fighting textures. Look at that. They're just like. But hey, fighting textures are gonna fight, I guess. Because they can. There we go. So all we need to do is just kind of patch this up a little bit here. Cover that up. There's just so many pieces that I'm like, and it's never going to be perfect. You can always see kind of like where the other ones are in the way. There we go. But we're coming together. All right, make sure that that's all the way forward there, and our pathing is looking pretty nice. I actually covered this up, but that's okay, because we're gonna go ahead and get some foliage in here and work on that. So this is actually more dirt than anything in this spot, but we're gonna cheat a little bit and use just probably use some plants and stuff. There might actually be some texture or something that we could use that would actually work out a little bit. But we'll get this together. It's looking pretty good. Now I kind of want to work on this fence over here. Maybe that'll be good. But yeah, starting to look a little bit more full now and come together much more. Let's go ahead and save. But as you can see, we're in the back parts of the park, and hopefully we'll be able to fit everything else in. Oh man, it's gonna be hard, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna do my best to fit everything in. It may not work, and if it doesn't, I just might possibly break it up into different parts. That's kind of like my last resort, but I don't really want that to happen, but it might happen. You never know. It just might happen. Alright, there's kind of like a little planter here under this window. That kind of avoids you from walking through that spot. So that's something else we need to kind of know. And then over here, I need to place this post here. Like so. Brilliant. Alright, so I'm going to go here. Let's edit this, and I'm going to try and find a texture. I feel like there's something, whether it's under decorations or something like that. Not entirely sure. There's a texture that I can actually use here. We're just going to run through here and see what we can find. May or may not find something. I'm not sure. I just need something kind of like brown and kind of looks like dirt. That's kind of what we're going for. And pretty small so we can actually fit it in there properly. No, not that. Windows. Let's take a look at in the scenery sections. We're just going to browse this and see what we can find. If we can find anything. I feel like I've seen it done before. Ooh, if it wasn't for the cup around that would actually work quite well. I'm getting into the chocolate. But I need something kind of small. Look at that bush. Let's see. I'm not finding anything. I'm sure I will eventually. What is this? Special effect dirt. Okay. That's what it is. It's a special effect. I'm not seeing anything. Oh my. the dead bush upside down. Is that, are you talking like this? Because I don't think that's going to work very well. Because I need something to completely cover this. The only thing I could think of is going into art shapes and just making this like a brown color. Maybe that's how it was done. Doesn't look very... I mean, we can try and do our best to make it look more dirty, like actual dirt, but... but it's not the best. But it looks like that's all we have at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and try and use it and see what happens. I'll tell you what, this ride better have 100% scenery rating. There's no reason it shouldn't. That is for sure. The funny part is, this is probably not even the hardest obstacle that I'm going to be running into. Like, it's probably not even the most complex scenery stuff in this park. So that's going to be even more of a challenge when we get further down the line. Alright, as long as those aren't coming through, we'll get there eventually. And I remember I wanted to kind of redo the sign a little bit as well. I could be using the larger pieces, but you just get a little bit more ability to use or move these around properly. I should have went with a darker brown because this isn't dark enough. Let's see if I can select it. There we go. Brilliant. And let's see if we can't get a little bit darker. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's closer to black. It really is. That's better. See, I would use bigger pieces, but I just want to make sure I got the... I'm slow-paced. I just want to be... instead of switching pieces, because I would have to use the smaller pieces on the outsides for the pieces, but I don't know. I'm slow-paced. I'm almost done. I've almost got this. Yeah, I was debating one using bigger pieces, but not really anymore. Alright, so we got this going for us, but I want to make it look a little bit more like dirt. So I'm going to try and see if we can't use anything that will actually make it better. All right. Make a sister park called Eastwood of Westwood. That would be funny. Pretty clever. Sounds like a fun idea. I'm only using like half of it when it could be. Oh, great. What time is it? Man, it's already almost over after 10 o'clock. It's almost my bedtime. What's with that? It's almost my bedtime, guys. In fact, it is my bedtime. I usually try to be in bed by about 10 because with work starting up, I'm trying to get my work schedule back or my sleeping schedule back on track. There we go. That looks completely like dirt, right? completely like dirt. How can I make this look better? For right now, that's what we're gonna go with. But I could there's probably something else I could do to make it look just a little bit better. But for right now, ow, I don't know at the moment. I just don't know at the moment. Look at that Stagecoach Supply. It's looking good. I'm pretty proud. I've been saying it, but I'm pretty proud of this creation, and I need to figure this out. That's gonna be a job itself completely to figure that out. But man, it's coming together. I was hoping to have Outlaw Run this section to be completed like very quickly or very soon, but it doesn't look like that's the case right now. It still has some work to be done, especially on the terraining, and then a little bit more, of course, on working a bit on the layouts and working on the barrel roll to make that a little more smooth and all that. So, but I'm gonna save the park again. Resume. This has been a project so far, and we haven't even gotten close to scratching the surface. I'll say that. Not even close to scratching the surface. Alright, so let's brave Outlaw Run right now. We're gonna brave Outlaw Run. And while this loads, while this is all here, you can see all those points of views, but are you guys ready? We got the operator there. You can't see them because they're ducked under the operator's booth. Fantastic. And look at this place. I even got the chandeliers up there as well. It's looking pretty cool. Now, I did put the delay on here, the dispatch interval, that way the trains won't move out. And look at that, we have no body. What's with that? I hear someone shooting at us too. What's with that? The train's kind of everywhere, as you can see. That's kind of lifted up right there, which is kind of funny as well. Is this train gonna move anytime soon, operator? Here we go. We're going. Da 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 da. I wish you could have triggered music. Like, there's triggered sounds, but you can't have like triggered, or like, I think you can, but like, you can't have triggered custom music or triggered custom sounds. Like, you let us put custom music in, but why can't we do the custom sounds? I don't understand that. Here we go. Again, this layout is not final. Still needs some tweaking. Comes a 153-degree outside bank turn. A hop, right bank. It's so loud. Banking heavily under the lift. The wave turn still needs some tweaking. And then the barrel roll is just a mess right now. Oh my gosh. Definitely not perfect yet. But it's getting there. But I love it. You know, the transfer is looking pretty cool. I like how the transfers turned out. I gotta work on this side of the building as well. I did just a pinch there just to get us started, but Yeah. It's not looking too bad. I put the cowboy there because he's kind of like one of the operators. He looks pretty cool. We're getting somewhere, though. And we're coming into the station hot. I just hate how that one little exit thing's there. It's kind of annoying to me, but oh well. It's gotta be there, I guess. But anyways, I think that's gonna do it for this live stream for right now. I apologize I didn't get as much done as I'd hoped, but I just kind of ran into a couple of speed bumps in the road, and we'll get back into it very, very soon. But we did get a good amount of done of what we did do, so I am kind of proud of that. But hopefully this will all turn out very, very beautiful in the end when we get to that point where it's actually looking really good. So it's still a lot to do in Outlaw Run. It's not completed yet, and that barrel roll is just terrible at the moment, but it's getting better. But anyways, I appreciate you guys sticking around with me. We lost a lot of viewers along the way, but that's to be expected. It was a pretty boring episode, to be honest, and that kind of sucked. But well, yeah, but we have an update coming next month. That might give us some scenery pieces that could be very useful for us. So we'll see how that all turns out. And yeah, but I'm very excited. And it's turning out better than I ever thought it would be, or ever thought it would. And I'm liking how it's looking. So, but a lot of smoothing to go on the layouts. And I'm just going to stop with all criticizing myself and everything. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more content like this, and hopefully we will get into some better stuff next time. But thank you guys, and make sure you guys have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.